Sabrina says, is it permissible to have GoFundMe pages to raise money for our education and necessary things that we need? It seems that what she's asking about, I think it's a web page where you put your problem, like I'm homeless, I'm sleeping in my car, and I don't have any money to pay for the gas, and I need money. So people read this, random people, they share it on Facebook or on Twitter accounts, and sometimes they pay something that would make a lot of difference in a person's life, and sometimes they won't pay anything. So what's the ruling on that? First of all, this is virtual begging. Asking people for money is begging. And the more you ask, the more firestones you'll gather upon yourself in hellfire. And the Prophet had made it clear, alayhi salatu wasalam, that it is not permissible to beg, to ask people for money, except for three. One, a person who's totally stone broke, and he brings three male witnesses to testify that this guy is totally broke. He doesn't have a thing. This person can beg for what suffices him, not to become a rich man. Secondly, a person who was affected by a calamity, a disaster, like a volcano, a flood, a fire that swept off and destroyed everything he has. So like a person who has business, and fire destroyed his shop and warehouse, now he's totally broke. So what can he do? He can beg. And charity is halal to such a person. Thirdly, a person who undertakes loans in order to fix between two fighting and disputing tribes or factions or parties. So I know that these two families are having a dispute, conflict, fights, they're having wars. So I come to mediate, to arbitrate, and say, listen, you're right and he's wrong, and you're wrong, he's right, so. But to make a long story short, I will compensate you with so-and-so, and I will compensate you with so-and-so. So I take upon myself financial loans to fix what was broken between them. In this case, I am entitled to ask people to compensate me. These are the three cases where the Prophet ﷺ says begging is halal. Other than that, it is one of the major sins that people would come on the Day of Judgment without any piece of meat on their faces because of them begging people. GoFundMe or other means of begging is the same, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.